Welcome back, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and lovers of American history. You're watching Coins Numismatic Series, where every coin has a story, and every pocket change might just be worth a fortune. Today, we've got something truly special for all the Washington quarter lovers out there. We're diving deep into the top 3 most valuable and fascinating George Washington quarter dollar coins that you should definitely keep an eye out for, because these coins could be hiding right under your nose and may be worth more than just 25 cents. These aren't just coins, they are pieces of history, brimming with stories, minting mysteries, collector fervor, and market intrigue. So we're talking about coins that could very well be in your coin jar or wallet right now. Let's get started with coin number 1. 1979 George Washington quarter dollar coin without mint mark and fine condition. The 1979 Washington quarter is a coin that bridges the cultural and economic landscape of the late 1970s with the long-standing legacy of the George Washington quarter series that began in 1932. When you come across a 1979 quarter without a mint mark, you're most likely holding a coin that was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. It's worth noting that during this era, the Philadelphia Mint did not use a P mint mark on quarters, a key detail for collectors differentiating between Philadelphia and Denver issues. The absence of a mint mark might seem unremarkable to a casual observer, but to the trained eye, it adds a specific historical context tied to the U.S. Mint's production practices of the time. This coin features the timeless obverse design by John Flanagan, showing the left-facing portrait of George Washington, with the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the year of mintage, 1979. The reverse continues with the familiar heraldic eagle perched on a bundle of arrows, surrounded by 2 olive branches and the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and quarter dollar. What makes this coin fascinating isn't just its design, it's the economic environment it was born in. The late 1970s were marked by inflation, oil crises, and major shifts in global politics. While these coins were produced in massive numbers, over 515 million pieces minted in Philadelphia alone, the real value lies in conditional scarcity, strike anomalies, and collector interest in full step and sharply struck varieties. In fine condition, such coins might typically be seen as common and worth face value, but when carefully examined for doubling, die cracks, or full details in Washington's hair or the eagle's wings, their value and collectability begin to rise. The market value for a 1979 no-mint mark quarter in fine condition is usually nominal, around 30 cents to 50 cents depending on demand. But here's where things get interesting. Error coins from this year have fetched anywhere from $50 to over $1,000, depending on the error type. Some quarters were struck off-center, while others were created using clash dies. The rare 1979 quarter struck on plankets, meant for foreign coins or dimes, adds another layer of intrigue. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for clean, uncirculated examples and error coins from this mintage, making even a fine condition example like this one a potential placeholder for a more valuable piece in a growing collection. In collector circles, this coin is often seen as a transition-era quarter, bridging the older minting technology with the coming precision of 1980s production. It's also a coin that signals the final decades before state quarters and national park designs would begin revolutionizing the quarter dollar landscape. Many young collectors today begin their Washington quarter journey with coins like the 1979 no-mint mark quarter. That alone elevates its desirability beyond pure value. This coin is a gateway into American numismatics. It's often included in full-date runs, especially in 1970s-focused collector albums, and it's a favorite for those who love hunting through rolls or estate coin jars. Errors, die varieties, and transitional anomalies are what keep the 1979 quarter relevant in the numismatic community. Be on the lookout for double die obverse DDO, where the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust show signs of doubling. Strong strike and luster can increase even circulated value. While this coin in fine condition isn't likely to fund your next vacation, it's a must-have in any serious quarter collection and an accessible piece of numismatic Americana. 1969 George Washington quarter dollar coin without mint mark and fine condition. The 1969 Washington quarter holds a very special place in the timeline of American coinage, a product of a turbulent era in U.S. history. This coin is not just a monetary artifact, it's a reflection of social upheaval, space race momentum, and a rapidly changing world. The absence of a mint mark signifies Philadelphia origin once again, and as always, That adds a certain understated charm for collectors who appreciate coins without overt identifiers. The 1969 quarter represents the 7th year of the fully clad copper-nickel composition, following the U.S. Mint's move away from 90% silver in 1965. This specific quarter features John Flanagan's classical portrait of George Washington, an enduring image in American coinage that has remained on the obverse for nearly a century. Inscriptions on the obverse remain consistent with the series: Liberty, In God We Trust, and the year 1969. On the reverse, the majestic heraldic eagle remains a symbol of American strength and continuity, grasping a bundle of arrows over olive branches, symbolizing both military readiness and peace. With over 114 million 1969 quarters minted in Philadelphia, this is not a rare coin by volume, but rarity is not always about how many were made. It's about how many survive today, in collectible condition. Fine condition coins, while still circulated, hold more details than lower-grade coins and can offer enough features for variety and error hunters to analyze. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1969 quarter is the presence of strong machine doubling on some examples, a visual phenomenon where the letters and digits look as if they have a shadow or echo. Some error coins from this mintage have gained legendary status in auctions. Misstruck coins, off-center strikes, and improperly annealed plankets have shown up from this year, with some pieces bringing in several $100s or more. Even coins in fine condition can command a premium if they display unique die states, repunched mint marks on D or S versions, or signs of heavy die wear that created ghostly, unusual effects on Washington's face and the lettering. Another important factor driving collector interest is the historical context. The late 1960s was a period of significant transformation in America, both culturally and economically. The coin shortage of the early 1960s had prompted the mint to adopt clad coinage. And 1969 represents one of the early examples where the new composition had stabilized. As a result, many collectors look to this coin as a marker of numismatic evolution, the post-silver era solidifying its legacy. In the market, a 1969 quarter without a mint mark in fine condition may only command a modest premium, perhaps 50 cents to $1 depending on beer enthusiasm and presentation. However, this coin's true value lies in its potential for roll searching, album filling, and hunting for anomalies. Die chips, clash marks, broad strikes, and even planchette errors have all been documented on 1969 quarters, and these variants are what add value and surprise to even the most well-worn piece. Collectors also favor this year for full-date sets, especially those focusing on post-silver clad quarters or coins minted during the Vietnam era. It's a piece that whispers history rather than shouts, but to those who listen, it offers endless possibilities for collecting joy and discovery. Owning a 1969 quarter in fine condition is more than just having a 25-cent piece. It's possessing a slice of American economic transition preserved in metal and time. 1989 George Washington $quarter coin with mint mark P and fine condition. At first glance, the 1989 Washington quarter might seem like an ordinary modern coin, but dig deeper and you'll discover a fascinating intersection of numismatic subtlety, economic context, and overlooked value. Featuring a clearly visible P mint mark, this quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, a detail that had become standard by 1980. By 1989, mint marks on Philadelphia quarters were a common sight, yet for collectors, the presence and condition of that small P can be a defining detail. The coin continues the tradition of John Flanagan's obverse portrait of George Washington, retaining all the classic inscriptions, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the year of issue, 1989, on the reverse. The eagle and olive branches remain, symbolizing the nation's enduring commitment to peace and strength. While the mintage for this year was high, over 512 million quarters from the Philadelphia Mint alone, the devil, as they say, is in the details. Fine condition examples like this one often reveal significant wear, but they still retain key design features and are crucial to identifying die variations and errors. 1989 quarters are known for a range of anomalies, from clash dies and die cracks to off-center strikes and struck-through errors. The boldness of the mint mark and date placement can vary, and in some cases, quarters from this year show light doubling or ghosting from over-polished dies. What sets the 1989 P quarter apart is its role in the end of a numismatic era, just over a decade later. The Washington quarter would be forever changed with the introduction of the 50 state quarters program in 1999 for many collectors. The 1989p represents one of the final years of the original reverse design before the state series reinvented the quarter's identity. That makes it historically significant in retrospect and a target for those completing pre-state quarter albums. In terms of market value, the 1989p in fine condition is not considered rare. Most examples range from 25 cents to 40 cents in everyday transactions. But errors and pristine uncirculated versions can sell for substantially more. High-grade certified examples, especially MS-67 or better, have fetched between $100 and $400 depending on market demand. Double die errors, cut breaks, and even lamination cracks are part of the coin's growing error catalog, making it an exciting hunt for roll searches and enthusiasts. Collectors are particularly fond of assembling full mint mark runs for the late 1980s, and the 1989p is central to that effort. For younger numismatists, it's an accessible and affordable coin that encourages careful observation and patience. And for seasoned collectors, it serves as a reminder of the richness that even modern quarters can bring when studied with dedication. In summary, the 1989 Washington quarter with the P mint mark may seem like common change, but in fine condition, it opens the door to a deeper world of minting techniques, transitional history, and collecting opportunity. It's a coin that proves value isn't always about scarcity. Sometimes, it's about the story and the hunt, and this one has plenty of both. So there you have it, 3 Washington quarter dollar coins that many people overlook, but serious collectors know are well worth attention. Whether it's the understated 1979 with no mint mark, the classic and culturally embedded 1969 quarter, or the transitional yet historically poignant 1989p, each coin tells a story, and each has the potential to add rich value to your collection. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of George Washington quarters, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Coins Numismatic Series *. Turn on notifications so you never miss a valuable update. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, your change could be history in your hands.